Someone rightly said, we do not inherit the earth from our ancestors, we borrow it from our children. I am Nasima Khan, and this is Pull It Forth, a platform where we meet sustainable warriors from different walks of life and highlight the great work done by them to protect the planet Earth. In this episode, I'm speaking to Anubha Jain, co founder of House of Kissa. She is from Old Delhi, India. Swapping clothes and upcycling household items was always there in her genes. She learned zero waste policy from her great grandmother, and now she is working towards it and trying to bring a change through House of Kissa. Anubha Jain, welcome to Pull It Forward. It's our pleasure to have you on this platform.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
A pleasure. Anuba, at the beginning, if you can take us through House of Kissa.
Okay, so House of Kisa is a conscious clothing and jewelry label based out of Noida, India.
Mhm.
And we adorn our garments with pockets that are made out of fabric waste. And we collect fabric scraps from local tailors around and utilize them in our garments. All of our fabrics, like banana silk, we use banana silk, use khadi. They're all sourced from small towns, and we're supporting communities and local artisans that are working towards, that are working for on their crafts for generations. And and we also do jewelry, which is totally handmade from resin and wires. We play a lot with wires and use various techniques to make our jewelry pieces. At times we do use our post production fabric waste in our jewelry, like to give a base to our pieces. And sometimes we use our fabric waste to embellish our jewelry.
Okay.
So we try to utilize our fabric waste in the most possible way.
Excellent. It is an interesting concept. And I would say it's an unique way to see sustainability for the environment.
True,
How did
true.
you get the idea of bringing sustainability for our environment in such a unique way?
I and my partner Binita Burnwal, we were in a local boutique, and there was this person who was cleaning the floor,
Okay.
and he was collecting fabric waste. And he was like, "Okay, this is all waste, and we are throwing it away." So we went to him and we asked that we can take the fabrics and we'll pay for it.
Hmm.
So they all agreed. They were like, okay, you take them, but you pay for something. So we paid them.
Okay.
And we came back home with a packet full of fabric, fabric scraps,
Uh-huh.
small fabrics. So the next thing was like, what should we do from these fabrics so that they don't end up in landfills?
Okay.
So we use them in making our personal garments. We use those scraps to make our t-shirts, and in we use them in jeans, and we upcycle those fabric waste. And mostly the problem every other woman faces, that we want pockets in our clothes.
Yeah.
So our main focus was that only,
Hmm.
that we wanted to focus on different types of pockets. So it worked. We experimented it a lot and it worked out, and then we launched our own label.
Fabulously. You have used fabric in such a creative way, and it's like a
Yeah,
fashion trend. What you are bringing in with all the waste fabric. Kudos to you and your
true.
partner. And that makes me
Thank you.
think, what's your process of transforming the waste fabric into the usable product?
Okay, so what we do is the first step is to check the quality of the fabric. You know, like we get our waste fabric, so we
Hmm.
have to check the quality first. That if it's in a good condition, because generally they are not in good condition. They are either torn from somewhere or they have got stains on it. So we try to mend them by putting some kind of thread work on it, or we do some kind of embroidery on it, and we try to mend the fabric.
Okay.
The next step is that we uh, use that fabric, uh, arrange that fabric in a same color story.
Okay.
Yeah, and now we have a swatch board with us and a color board with us.
Okay.
So we design our, according to the fabrics and color board. We make designs out of it, and then we get our final product.
Mhm. So lots goes behind the scene to get into the final stage where you can make it a usable
A
product.
lot of hard work goes behind, and it's really not just us, but the artisans, the tailors, they also work really hard
Sure.
in making a complete piece of garment or a jewelry.
That's the excellent work that you have come up with. And I know
Yeah.
this is something, House of Kissa is something launched recently. But have you seen any impact of your service in last few months that you think, oh, in long term, it will definitely have something positive for our environment?
As of now, I can't say anything as of now because it's been only 6 to 7 months.
Okay.
But these fashion brands, fast fashion brands, they come up with a new collection every week,
Hmm.
and you'll get different styles and different colors. That's why people go there.
Hmm.
Either a is it either it is reasonable, or it is like we're getting a lot of options. That's why. So our motive is to distract the audience, and we need to make them aware the fact that we need to stop, and it's high time now that it is affecting the climate, and it affects the climate at every stage. Either the person is uh, getting harmed, the artisans that are working, they are getting harmed, or the environment is getting harmed. So the day when people start coming to us and not going to the fast fashion brands, I think that is going to be a thing where we can say, okay, yes, we have made an impact.
So that's your goal, that
Yeah.
people, instead of
Yeah.
using the fast fashion route, come to you where you give them a sustainable product, which is also in
Yeah.
line with fashion. That's an excellent
Hmm.
goal that you have, Anubha. Anubha,
Thank you.
now we got to know a bit about House of Kissa. A very quick rapid fire questions. We want to know a bit about you in general. So are you
Yeah, yeah, sure. Yeah, yeah, I'm totally ready.
what's your favorite book?
My favorite book is there's this book called Handmade in India,
Okay.
and it is a masterpiece. It covers all the different crafts, and the history related to it, the social impact of that craft on the society, the values related to the people who make it. And I think it's a great book for all the people who love art. I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah, now I know which book I have to add in my reading list.
Yeah.
Anubha, who is your or a favorite or inspiring leader that you look up to?
I go up to Dr. Shweta Jain. She has done her PhD in economics, and I think her research work is totally phenomenal till now. And she inspires me in every way, and I look up to her totally.
And the last
Yeah.
rapid fire question is which is your favorite website?
My favorite website. Okay. So there's this website called artspace.com, and it has got amazing, artworks and paintings. They've got sculptures and books based on food, architecture, and they've covered amazingly every bit of, art and culture. So it's my go-to website.
Okay. I think I need to check out that website after talking about it. Anuva, we are
Yeah.
almost towards the end of our session, but before you leave, I would like to know if you want to share a sustainable tip for our viewers.
The only tip I'd like to share is anything, just give it a thought, like who made my clothes and where are the fabrics coming from? Because it takes gallons of water, to produce one single piece of garment. And if we are not paying it, someone somewhere else is paying for it. So we need to think about it and that we need it or we want it. So yeah.
Anuba, with that, thank you so much for sparing some time for Bullet Pod and enlightening our viewers about sustainability. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
And as I always say, if you enjoyed it and want to watch more of sustainable environment related videos, then subscribe to Bullet on YouTube and follow us on other social media channels. Till then, be safe. Signing off, Nasima Khan, Bullet Pod.